Hello again and welcome on this fifth week of Pentecost as we continue to look in the Gospel of Matthew chapter 11, thinking this week about rest, Sabbath rest. On this fifth Sunday of the Pentecost season, we're once again spending time with Jesus. That's what we do week by week as we read through the Gospel stories. We figuratively sit at Jesus' feet and we listen out for what he's saying to us. And today we hear those welcome and beautiful words of Jesus. Come to me, all you that are weary and are carrying heavy burdens, and I will give you rest. Today Jesus is inviting everyone who's feeling weary and overwhelmed by life to come. Come to Jesus, come to him. Today Jesus is inviting everyone who's feeling scared and vulnerable, whether that's because of COVID-19 or for whatever reason in your personal life, to come. And I'll give you rest for your soul. Rest. How much do you need a good rest? What would you give for life to be simpler? The COVID crisis has given us the opportunity to rethink how we spend time, how we work. People have grown to love being able to work from home and not join the rat race and the pressure of getting to work. How we structure our lives, we're looking at all those things. And the big danger, of course, is that as we slip back to normal, we'll slip back straight into that slipstream of our manic lifestyles without any reflection at all. We live in a pretty exhausting world, and there's enormous pressure on us to just be constantly on the move, constantly just doing to keep up. We feel exhausted, we feel stressed, we get overwhelmed, and we just long for a simple life. Jesus says to us in this situation, come to me, all you that are weary and carrying heavy burdens, and I will give you rest. The principle of rest is embedded right at the heart of creation. Jesus reminds us that the Sabbath was designed by God for the good of people, refreshing us, reviving us. Sabbath isn't a new idea. As we said, it comes right from the beginning of creation in the creation story, where God separated light from darkness, dry land from water, and then day by day created all living things. For 6 days in the story, this creative work was happening, and on the 7th day, God stopped. God looked at everything that God had done, the whole imaginative work of creation, and declared that it was good, and then God rested. And God blessed the rest and called it Sabbath. So God made rest a holy thing. Rest is Sabbath time, and Sabbath time should be embedded at the centre of our lives. We should take it seriously. Farmers and gardeners get it. You can't keep on growing crops in the same old soil year in, year out. You have to let the land lie fallow for a while or do something different with it because it has to rest. And so it is with us human beings, and we neglect it to our peril. Jesus calls all of us to this kind of rest, holy rest. He calls those who are weary and find life a burden. He calls the poor and the weak and the marginalised, all those who have to work really hard to survive, all those who can't take time out because they won't get paid if they take time off, even if they get diagnosed with COVID. And God offers them soul rest. Come to me, all you that are weary and carrying heavy burdens, and I will give you rest. What a wonderful, refreshing invitation this is. And we can just sink into it for a while today and rest. It's Jesus' yoke that's easy. It's his burden that is light. Following Jesus Christ gives us rest. He says, come, because it's in Jesus that we find rest for our weary souls. The Lord be with you.